12 shootout here, hold for you. And so for this, all right, we got good tailwind. We're going to do, it's a little bit of a tricky adjustment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with our wood, so our Cataclysm plus 30%. We're going to use one back, and we're going to line it up back, make our win adjustment, and push up a ring. We can't start our initial adjustment. You'll see our opponent here. He'll start with the APOC, and he'll transition into the cat. That's a little difficult to know the rings if you're not familiar with them. So I just like to start with the cat, make your win adjustment, and then push up. So most likely he'll be pretty close. Yeah, that was a good shot.
Nice on.
So 11.6. We're going to do one back. We're going to pull back to where the wood starts. Make our 9-ring adjustment. Push up a ring.
Perfect shot.
And this should be really good. Get it in the hole. So that is how you do it, boys. Another 2 or 12 shootout hole for you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Alright, so we got another 2 or 12 shootout here for you. I prefer the right side, and especially in this wind too. So how we're going to play this is we are going to over adjust this even at max. And normally I like 2 backspin. In this wind we're going to go 3 backspin and about 5 right spin. So we're going to aim it down here safely, and then we're going to basically go 10 rings. Go 9.5, then we'll go back 1 ring. Great right might be trouble. We need to still come down the slope. And from the right side, it usually feeds pretty nicely to the pin. We'll be a little bit off on that, but not a bad shot. Alright, Charles, so there's a few ways of playing this hole. You can either play it up here where our opponent's playing it. It's a mid adjustment with usually around 2 backspin, full right spin, and a touch of curl. In tailwind, you're going to use the cat, and you're going to play it with between 1 and 2 bars of backspin, and basically the same way max, except for max adjust and curl. So yeah, he's going to add a little bit of curl. Depending on how close he gets, I can show you a backspin shot too.
Perfect shot.
So that was a pretty good shot from him. So how I think we're going to play it is we'll play the backspin shot, and we'll be adjusting at max for this shot. So for 10.1, we're going to play up in here, and we're going to play about 5 back and 5 back, 2 right, somewhere right around there. So about 7 rings. And And we probably should have only went one bar of right spin there. But that's another one for it. Alright, so for this shootout, how we're going to play this is we're going to play it over here, and we're going to go about 3.5 backspin. And we are going to adjust max plus at least a ring. So we're going to be going about 10 rings here.
Perfect shot.
So add a little power and curl.
Nice on.
And it comes in pretty nicely. That will most likely win this. So in that headwind, it's tough, you know. It's a difficult shot. So, all right, guys, so we got another Tour 12 shootout here for you. So if I go first, we'll explain what we're doing. So in tailwind, we're going to use the cat, and it's always a plus 20%. And we're going to start down here at like plus 10. And in this wind direction, we're just going to go one right and probably 2.5 back. We're going to go 7.2 rings.
Perfect shot.
And this one should be pretty good. Stay up there. So that was a really good shot. Anything less than 7 will usually win this hole. The easiest way is to get it to roll just off the green. That fringe is the shortest, and to the right is the next shortest, and the left is like the furthest. So anytime you stay on the fringe, you have a good chance of winning this hole. In headwind, typically I'll play a driver right where he's at now with 2 backspin, and I'll be adjusting at mid-distance. But in tailwind, it's always a wood and a plus 20% adjustment.
Great shot.
So the sniper, depending on wind, could be a big advantage here, but we will win that because we had a nice slow roll, so we'll stay up there. He's 8, we're just under 7, so that was a good shot, and we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, so we got another Tour 12 shootout here for you. Basically, the same wind as we had before. So again, we're going to use the cat plus 20%, and probably just over. We'll probably use 2 backspin. This is more side wind, and 2 right. So, all right, guys. So our opponent hit an awesome shot. This is going to be a very tough one to beat. So 11.9 plus 20%. We're going to go 2 right and 2 back. So we're going to go 8.5 rings.
Perfect shot.
And hopefully this one turns out good.
Nice on.
Really, really good. This is probably the closest to shots I've ever seen on this shootout hole. Obviously seen hole in ones, but 2 of the same. Wow, that was really good. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. All right, let's see if we go first here. So our opponent's going first on this hole. In tailwind, I'll actually play the cat off the back pad here. In sidewind or headwind, I will play a a driver rough bump. So I adjust at max, and I'll use typically 2 to 3 backspin and then side spin depending on the direction of the wind. So we'll show you when it's my turn. So this is going to be a very difficult wind for us, especially when our opponent is having a turkey ball. So we're going to play 2.5 back, 1 right, and we're going to adjust at max. So we're going to go 7.3 rings.
Perfect shot.
So we'll see how this one comes in. A little hot maybe. No? Perfect.
Nice on.
All right, so that's how I'll play that hole, or that's how I play that hole in tailwind. And in headwind or sidewind again, definitely driver rough bump. And typically we'll use 1 back and 1 right, and then the adjustments at mid for the driver. So hopefully we'll get this hole on headwind. So we got a different Tour 12 shootout hole here for you. In this wind, we're going to play 4 backspin. Actually, we have a Titan, so this is going to be kind of tough for us. It's going to require some overpower, maybe like 3 back and right spin and a little right curl. But I do prefer to play on the left side for the most part on this hole.
Great shot.
So it looks like our opponent was trying some type of backspin shot to hop over, and I don't really prefer that. So I'll just show you with the numbers here. So it's looking like 11, so we're gonna have to go at least like 12 rings. So we'll start over here, full left, we'll go 3 back, and so we're gonna need 12 rings, so probably mid overpower and some curl.
Great shot.
Double great right will most likely clip the rough and not be good. Okay. Double great right is awesome. It's really good. You want to aim for that. So perfect. I would have been definitely out left of the hole there. So either I wasn't pushing up with the wind directly straight or something else. But that gives you the idea of kind of the spins to go about that in super heavy headwind, 3 back, normal headwind, kingmaker, 4 back, and then like side winds, you can really crank up the back, 6, and then tailwind, full back, and if you got like a Thor's hammer in, go 7, 8. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one. All right, so for this shootout, we are going to be using our driver, and we usually always adjust this one at max. So I like to land, have our initial aim right around in there, and we're going to go full right, and in this headwind, we're going to go, it's not super heavy, so we'll go just under 5, and then we're going to do a max adjustment. And anytime I have left to right wind, I'm not going to use any curl. So if we have right to left wind, I'll add some curl. But left to right wind, we'll just use no curl. In high headwind, I'll go as much as 5.5 top, and in tailwind, I'll go about 3. So, boom. Great shot, but got the hole in one. On to the next one. So here we got another shootout for you. In this one, with tailwind, we're going to be using a Cataclysm or a wood at plus 30% and playing right where our opponent is. In headwind, any type of headwind, we'll use a driver off the left fairway over there. but in sidewind and tailwind, we will play with the wood. So in heavy tailwinds, we're going to use like 4.5 backspin, and sidewinds, like 3.5 to 4, kind of depending on the direction of the wind.
Great shot.
So let's see how our opponent does. Not a bad shot, but definitely beatable. So we got 13.6. We're going to play it aggressive up towards the rough, and we're going to use 4 back and about 1 left. We're going to go 10.5 rings.
Great shot.
Usually great shots will be okay. A perfect would have been right at the hole. But if you have your adjustment correctly, you can usually get away with greats on both sides. So 2 won this time, but it's 2 usually doesn't win. Under 2 is usually a pretty decent shot. So, alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. So we got another Tour 12 shootout here, and this one will always be played at the driver. And in this wind, I like to play to the right. In tailwind, anything but left to right wind, I actually like to play to the right. And typically, it's 2 backspin. For like side wind's a good base. Tailwind you can crank up 3-4, and headwind you can go 1-0-2. So it kind of all depends on wind direction. But we will be doing in this wind a slightly over than max adjustment. So this is it seems to be a tricky shot from the left over here. Some people really know how to play it and play it well. I just don't find it to be that consistent. So he actually played a really good shot, and that great left really helped, double great left. So this shot is going to be tricky to beat, but if we can beat it, it's definitely from the right. So we will do a max adjustment here. Lot of wind, 14.3. So we're actually going to use 1 backspin and 1 backspin, 3 right spin. We're going to adjust an extra ring. So 11.
Great shot.
Great right should be okay. So we're basically just looking for the ball to roll up and on the green, and it will naturally funnel down towards the pin.
Nice on.
This will be really close. I think he might have beaten us, but no, we got it just barely. So normally you do come in a little closer. I maybe should have used 4 right spin there, but that shows you kind of how to play that hole in a pretty tough headwind. So we got this one again with headwind. Same kind of deal. 4 back, and only probably 2 or 3 to the right with this wind. And then we'll do max adjustment plus a ring. So it looks like our opponent's kind of playing it the same way. I think he went about 10 rings, which would be equivalent to max plus a ring. So pretty decent shot there. Beatable, but not too bad at all. So full right, no, not full right. We're gonna do 4 right and 4 back. And we'll go just over 10 rings.
Great shot.
Crap. Well, we still got the rollout, so the speed was good. Perfect shot. We'd been obviously closer to the pin, more to the right, but pretty good shot there. So we will take it. All right, so we got this hole again. Again, driver, adjust at max. At least we got a different wind this time. So when we do have this type of wind, with the right to left, we are going to add curl. And since we are curling into the wind, we're actually going to add topspin, more so than we'd be playing like 4 if it was the other way. But we're going to go about 4.5. And then we'll do 8 rings. Game seems pretty laggy right now.
Perfect shot.
So a decent amount of curl, like a full ball of curl. And just let it roll around and down to the pin. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I have this hole down to where even my grade shots are typically winners. So a lot of people you'll see will play up a little further, kind of where he's playing. I just don't like how the roll of the ball comes in, especially in Headwind. He's going to have to possibly overpower this. No, he'll be fine. So let's just see how this comes in. But as long as you have your speed on your spins correctly from where I'm shooting and add the correct curl, it's really kind of a foolproof shot. So this actually looks pretty decent too, but I think it's going to drop down. It was a little high before. So definitely not a bad shot, but this is kind of how these holes go. So, alright guys, see you on the next one. Alright guys, so we got another hole coming up here for you. We got Billy go Bluff again, and we actually got Jeffrey playing, so we're going to watch his shot too here. This wind, we'll probably be playing probably about 5 backspin, full left spin, and our adjustment will be max plus 20%. So we'll see if he adds a little bit of power to this, aiming to a lower elevation.
Great shot.
So real nice shot by Jeffrey. Very well played. So let's see if we can beat him. Little 5 back, full left. Go about 11 rings. And then add a little bit of curl.
Perfect shot.
Let's see how this one comes in. Sit. Sit. Not terrible. Be very close. I think we got him. So probably could have used a little bit more curl on that and maybe a touch more backspin. But that is how that's a pretty good shot, and we'll win that hole most times. All right, Charles, we got another 2 or 12 shootout hole here for you. We're going to be playing the Cat, 19.9 in wind. We're going to use a plus 30%. But we're actually going to be using shit.
Perfect shot.
That'll
Nice
do.
on.
All right, guys, we got another 2 or 12 shootout here for you, and see what Lich does. I'm
Perfect
assuming
shot.
we're going to be playing about 4 backspin. We don't have any. We don't have any side spin, so it is going to be a bit of a trick here. I don't think that shot is freaking beatable, to be honest. So 4 back, we're going to aim. We're going to go about 11 rings, maybe 12.
Great shot.
Notifications.
Nice on.
Alright, guys, so that's another 2 or 12 shootout for you. Alright, so we got another 2 or 12 shootout here for you. And so from this one, we'll be playing 3 top spin and full adjust and about I'd say a full ball curl, somewhere right around there. So we'll see how our opponent does here. He's playing it up a little further than I do. Not much though, actually. So this should be a pretty good shot too. Actually, the camera's looking pretty good. Yep. Great shots go in this hole. There's not a whole lot else to say about that, but it seems like every great shot, or every hole in one is a great shot. So we're gonna play it back a little further, and full right, 3 top. Go about 10 rings.
Great shot.
We hit a great too, so maybe that'll help. Can we get lucky too?
Nice on.
So let's see what hole we get next. Alright, so we got this one. I always like this one. Headwind. So we're going to go driver 11.6. We're going to come back to right to where the driver switches. We're going to play probably 3 left and 1.5 back. And we're going to go 7.5. We're going to go a little bit over medium distance.
Perfect shot.
And we got a glitch. So, other than that, it would have been a pretty good shot. Alright, we got another Tour 12 shootout here hole for you. And this one we're going to be playing with the driver and headwind. We're going to be playing 2 back. Really good shot from our opponent there. Did go a little long, so this is definitely beatable. So we're going to do a max plus 1 mile an hour. So 7.9, so we'll do 8.9. So 6.3 rings. We're going to set it up right there. We're going to go 2 back. .3.
Perfect shot.
Got the perfect, and this one should be pretty good. It'll probably be a little left of the hole. I think I pulled just a little bit too much.
Nice
Yeah. I pulled like half a ring too much on that, but should be good. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. So I forgot to record this whole live, but it was a good shot, and we haven't had this win yet, so I do want to just show you the replay. It is the Greenwich Point hole where you basically use the driver in any wind, and I typically play from the left side. I play from the left side in any type of wind, headwind, tailwind, left to right wind. The only time I don't is right to left wind. I'll play from the left side. So this is a severe tailwind shot. I still play it there. You do need a Thor's hammer or an epox 6 to play it, and you're going to line up just past the rough and on kind of the inside right little corner there, and you're going to make a full max adjustment. So I think for this one it was like 7.8 rings. It was pretty high wind, and basically about 7 backspin is perfect. So Thor's hammer can pull this shot off with tailwind a lot better. Apox 6, you have to land really aggressive towards the rough in order to get it to stop in time. So we'll show you the shot, and I'll kind of just explain it. It's going to be quick because it's just the replay. So tailwind, I'll aim for that little corner there, and we're going to do about a half ball of curl. If you have left to right, you won't do any curl. And if you have like a right to left, then you're going to add even more curl. So you want to just land it there, kind of back, and that was 7 backspin and full right spin. So, alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. Alright, so we got the Lotto hole again, and let's see what wind we get. Ooh, so we got some severe tailwind, so this will be a good adjustment to show you. I don't think we've had a good tailwind hole yet. So, we are going to only be playing 3 topspin with tailwind like this. And then 3 topspin, and we're going to make a mid adjustment because we're going to be pulling back so far. Our opponent's playing it further up than we play, so we'll get 2 different looks at it here. And in this type of wind, we will be adding a little bit of curl too. So that actually looks like a really good shot. That came in really nicely. So this one's going to be tough to beat, I think. Yeah, pretty nice. But beatable. So let's see what we can do here. So we got 13.9. Again, I like to start right about in there, a little back, a little bit further. And we are going to get stretched out. So this is going to look like it's coming in a little bit short. And then we're going to do about 7.5 rings back. And then we're going to add about a half ball of curl.
Great shot.
Lag and hit it great. I'd prefer to hit it great the other direction, but again, lottery hole. Greats really don't matter. Sometimes they help, sometimes they hurt, so. This will be close. I think we got him, but it'll be close. So the main thing is the main thing is three topspin with tailwind, 4 topspin with sidewind, and 5 topspin with headwind. And where we set up, max adjust in most directions, mid adjust in tailwind. So thanks, guys. Alright, so we got another shootout here for you, 2 or 12. So in this type of sidewind, it is actually a little more difficult for your adjustment. So if we do have any, we do have slight headwinds, so we're going to be using the driver, and we're going to use about 1.5 backspin, and we're going to just adjust at max distance. We're not going to add anything here. So we'll see what our opponent does.
Great shot.
He hit great left. I don't think he adjusted enough, so the shot will actually be pretty good. He did, so.
Nice on.
So we got Thor's hammer. We're going to put in 9.1. Line it up at the cup. And we're actually going to go 2. We'll go 2 back, and we'll adjust 5.5 rings.
Perfect shot.
Get the perfect, and this one should be an easy winner.
Nice on.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, another 2 or 12 shootout hole here for you. So we're going to be playing driver, and we'll play up here. It's going to be a mid adjustment. So 7.8 rings, and we're going to go about 2 back with this wind. So just under 8 rings. And just a tiny bit of curl.
Perfect shot.
A little bit too much backspin. 1.5. I went just under 2. I probably should have taken off just a bit more. Game's getting kind of laggy on me, so. Alright, not a bad shot. We'll see what our opponent does here. He'll have to add a little bit more curl because with the Titan, he doesn't have full side spin. So if he goes about 1 bar backspin in this win, it'll be pretty good. This seems like too much curl to me, unless he's, okay, he's aiming for the left, pretty far over to the left pad. Yeah, alright. So, little curl there, and even our poor shot won that hole. It was a good shot, just a little bit too much backspin. So, see you guys in the next one. Alright, so we got another 2 or 12 shootout hole for you. We got this hole again. So how we're going to play this in this win is we're going to use our driver and 12.3 we're gonna go 2 back, and we're gonna go 4 right since it's pretty hefty side wind, and we're going to line up right where we're at driver min, and we're gonna go 6.6. Crap. You really don't want to hit this one. You really don't want to hit that one great. It's not a bad shot. 7 and under is usually pretty good. But we'll see how our opponent plays it. Probably pretty similar. So we should have cranked up just a touch over 2 backspin on that one. The adjustment was good. We just obviously hit it great instead of perfect. So we'll most likely lose this hole. But in kind of this head side wind, at least it shows you where I start my initial aim and how we play it. So.
Perfect shot.
Nope, he went off left. I think we'll win. Yep, by over a yard. Sweet. So if you need an error to go off right or straight on this hole. If you go off left, you definitely have a much longer area to the fringe and rough where the ball stops. So see you on the next one. All right, another shootout hole for you. We are going to go first. So we're going to play Headwind. And normally we play 1 backspin, 1 right spin. With this severe of Headwind, we're actually going to play, we'll play 1 right spin. And we're going to play just a half bar of backspin. We're going to start our aim up very aggressive. And we're going to go with a max adjustment. So 8 rings. Then we're also going to make sure we bottom the ball out.
Perfect shot.
Give it a little bit extra juice.
Nice on.
So we could have added just a little bit more of an adjustment to there, but not a bad shot. All things considered. So usually I don't get that severe of headwind on this hole, so I kind of forgot how to play it. So you can either do that same max adjustment and just play no backspin and take that half bar off, or maybe just add half a ring to your adjustment. So our opponent's going to be playing it off the pad here. I don't know about this. I don't know this adjustment with headwind. I only know the wood adjustment with tailwind. So the tailwind is usually 2 backspin, unless you get severe. Yeah, so easy win for us. Not quite sure. They had an APOC 7, so not quite sure why they didn't play the bumpy there, but maybe just trying something different. So we'll catch you on the next one, guys. All right, another shootout here for you. Let's see if we get right to left wind. Nope. We get tailwind again. So, again, oh, good. John's going to play it. So, in this case, I think it's 2 back. So, if you have, say, an APOC 5, you can play it back here like a sniper. You would in, like it was in 2 or 10. So, it's like 2 back, full right, and you'll come back to the cat, and I want to say it's a 30% over adjustment on the cat. So I don't know if he went enough. I have a feeling he may clip the rough. I don't know if that was a cat 6 or 7. Okay, but this is probably going to go long. Yeah. So we're going to play it Thor's Hammer. Even with the APOC 6, he had an APOC 7. I would have played it this way. So 7.5 We're going to start over here, full right and 7 back, and then we're going to make a max adjustment. So we're going to go 7.5, and then about a half ball of curl.
Perfect shot.
So this will win for sure. So that's how I like to play it. Apox 6 and Thor's Hammer. No matter what the tailwind is, you can still get it close from there. So some guys have that bounce over shot dialed in. Some guys don't. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, so we got the lottery shootout hole here again. We are going to be playing Thor's Hammer, max adjust, and in this wind we are going to go about 4.5 topspin. So it's slight headwind, but not, excessive headwind. So about 4.5, maybe 4. It looks pretty side wind too. And then we are gonna not curl. So anytime we have wind pointing from left to right towards the hole, we're not gonna add any curl. And if we have right to left, then we'll add about a full ball. Tail or headwind, we'll add about a half ball. So our opponent didn't add any curl. Kind of looks like they know how to play this hole pretty well. They are maxed, so this will probably come down to inches or 0.x of a yard. So that was a good shot there. Let's see if we can get a little closer. So this is right where I like our initial aim, and then we're going to go full right and just a touch over. Yeah, we're going to go 4.5. And then we're going to go just over 5 rings.
Great shot.
Hit it great, no curl. Again, greats don't really matter on this hole per se. So let's see how this turns out. Came in a little bit hot.
Nice on.
So it'll be close. Always is. Got it by 0.1 of a yard. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, so we got another shootout here. Let's see what it is. Alright, so headwind we're going to rough bump. Tailwind we are going to play the slight headwind, so we're going to play the bump. 1 back, 1 right. And we're actually going to start our aim a little bit over to the left because of the wind. And we're going to go 7.9 rings. Oh god.
Great
Didn't
shot.
want to hit a great left. So it should be okay. We're not going to clip the rough, but it's not going to come at the pin like we wanted it to.
Nice on.
So we want to roll off the right hill, not the left hill. So forgot to turn off notifications. Kind of screwed me up there. And it's kind of a hard hole to adjust on in side wind. So we'll see what our opponent does. Our speed was good. Adjustment was good. We just have to hit that perfect. So he'll probably be playing the same. So he's looking about 8 rings or so, I'd say. Yeah, pretty good adjustment. So let's see how this comes in.
Great shot.
He's going to clip the rough on the right. So there we go. Another Tour 12 win, and see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, come on. Let's get some different wind here. All right, cool. So we got Headwind. So for this, we're going to do max adjust plus 1 ring. And how we're going to play it is full right and 4 back. So we're going to go 7.3 rings. So we're going to add a little bit of power.
Perfect shot.
Wow, that lag. And a little bit of curl. Added a little too much curl. But not a bad shot. So the lag was kind of getting to me. Just reduced the curl a tiny bit because we did have a little bit of a left to right headwind. So our opponent with an APOC 6 or 7 is going to have a little bit, even a 5 because you only need 4 back for the shot, is going to have a little bit of a advantage on us here because they're not going to have to overpower, especially with a power 4 ball. This is going to be too much curl. He's going to clip the rough, I think. I don't think he adjusted enough. Yep. So, alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, so we're still hoping to get a few of these holes in different wins for you. Been kind of tricky. Been getting a lot of similar wins in a lot of them. So we're going to play right where our opponent is, and we're going to do like 2 back, full right, and this is a pretty hefty right to left wind. So we're actually going to add about a ball of curl to our shot. So, and it's a max adjust. So let's see how our opponent does. Adjustment looks decent. Probably needs a little bit more curl.
Great shot.
Not a bad shot. You know, not terrible, but that will win this hole quite often. So, Cataclysm 12.3 is 7.3 rings. Right here where it switches, full max, we're going to play just under 2 back because we are curling into the wind. We go 7.3.
Perfect shot.
Good amount of curl. And I was going to use a little bit more curl. We should have, but I saw where his went, and he added not as much as I was thinking, and it was a decent line. So I shied off the curl. I normally would have went almost a full ball, and I should have on that shot. So I should have just stuck with what I normally do and not, what was just popped in my head. So, but not a bad shot. See you guys in the next one. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We have kind of a tail side wind, so we're going to play our wood plus 20%, and we're going to do 3.5 left spin and just under 2 back. Felt like the timer was going fast there.
Great shot.
Hey.
Nice on.
We got lucky. So that will most likely win, or unless he can keep it up on there. So I don't remember. That was 6.1. I won about 6.1. I probably just didn't have enough side spin. I went 3.5. You do kind of want to land right where he is towards the left, so the great left does help a little bit, especially in a left to right wind. But if we would have hit that perfect, we would have tailed off to the right for sure. So you do want to miss right if any direction possible.
Great shot.
So depending on his side spin, so that's actually a good shot. So you'll see that's about 7.87. That will win most every time. If you can keep it up anywhere on the top there, it's a very good shot. If not, you want to miss long, then right, then left. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. All right, let's see what we got. Another 2 or 12 shootout hole. Always playing driver. Good. We got some right to left wind. So the way we're gonna play this is we're gonna play 6 back, and we're gonna play 1 left. We're not gonna play 2 left. And we're going to make a max adjustment. Nope, that great's going to hurt us a little bit. So the reason why we play only 1 left is because with that wind, it is going to push us towards the hole. So with a perfect shot there, we're like dead on line. It's a great shot. That shot is, you do need a perfect on. It's just, there's a hill there, and you will get different bounces, and it will push you away from the hole. So side wind, I like 6 back and 1 left. If say we have wind, like he has a Titan, if it was like a 12 or 13, I've even used right spin, with the shot I'm taking. I just like when the right to left wind, it just helps the ball. It pushes the ball towards the hole, whereas our opponent here is going to have to heavily curl into the wind. And it's just, some guys can do it and some guys got it dialed in. To me, it's just a much more awkward way of playing. And that guy was lucky to hit the pin. If not, that thing was cruising by. So, bad beat for us there, but definitely play to the right, and our shot wins most of the time. So we'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's see what type of wind direction we get for this one. We go first. So this will be a good one, a little different. So we get straight tailwind. We're going to do a max adjustment, and we're going to play 2.5 back and just a touch of right or left. And we're going to go 7 rings. Damn it. Damn it. So, as long as you have your backspin set correctly and your adjustment correctly, you will be close because of how that shot funnels to the hole. But you hit perfect, you do really have a good chance of getting the ace from back here, especially with straight tailwind like that. So if I have like a side wind, I'll use 2 back, and like a 10-ish tail, I'll use 2.5. And I have, with a Titan, had 14 or 15 in tail, and I'll crank up to like 3. So, but that's as far as I'll go is 3. So this one's coming in too hot. So he might have only used 2 on that one. But all right, guys. See you on the next one. All right, let's see what we got here. See what wind we get. So 9.4. We're gonna play the wood and plus 30%. So how we're gonna do it is we're gonna line it up with the pin. We're actually gonna start over here with this wind. We're gonna play a little right, 1 back. Switch to the cat. Make our 7.3 ring adjustment. Then we're going to push it up a ring.
Perfect shot.
This one should be pretty money. Get in the hole. Just a wee bit short. Might not have pushed it up enough. So that's going to be tough. We didn't get the distance, so the odds are kind of going to be a little against us here. So I guess we had a little more side wind. I probably should have only went half bar backspin. So kind of a bummer, but that's how you do line it up, 30%, and then push back up a ring, so that way you can land closer to the water. So if Daryl gets a perfect shot here, and most likely he's going to beat me, so. It's going to be close. Yeah, he got me. So, alright guys, we'll see you on the next one. Alright, we got this shootout again. Let's see what type of wind we get. So we're going to do headwind again. And so we're going to be playing this with the driver. And we're going to add 1 mile an hour to our adjustment. So we're going to play 2 back and come on, don't disconnect. Yes. Alright. So he must have been checking his wind adjustments. So there's no way he could play this with a wood. I mean, he's going water. I cannot see this. I mean, it's a 30%. Oh, God. Nope. Way more overpower. Full blast,
Great
buddy.
shot.
This is going water. Oh, he made it over.
Nice on.
He must have had some top spin on it. So this will be an easy win. So how we're going to do this is we're going to do 10.4. Oops. So 10.4, we're going to aim aggressive, and we're going to do 2 back, and just a tiny bit right to line it up. Nice and aggressive right there. And so we'll go 6.3 rings. So 5. 6.3. Got the perfect, and this will be very good.
Nice on.
So, not great, but if you could see when I was making my last little adjustment, the screen kept moving on me. So, I might have slightly over-adjusted, but I wasn't super sweating it with that. But that is how I play it. So, see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so the Greenwich Point hole, we're playing to the right. We play to the right most of the time. We're going to have 6.8, so we're going to go about 5 right and 2.5 back. Yeah, it's pretty sidewind. So we'll go about 5.5, 6. So we're going to do a 6.8 adjustment here. And since we are adjusting uphill, we are going to make our 6.8 and we're going to move it back. So we're going to drop it back about a ring. And no curl. Great left will still be okay. We're going to be a little bit left of the hole here. So playing to the right feeds down to the hole very nicely. Pretty good line. Yeah, just to the left. But awesome shot, and that will definitely win this hole pretty much every time, or unless our opponent plays to the right as well. So they have a turkey ball, and it looks like they're playing to the left. In this wind, you're not going to get close. You're not going to get down to the hole. Few guys can, but it just doesn't feed anymore. So if he's playing up here, I'm guessing he's playing 3 backspin, and he's going to curl it in. But anytime you curl into the wind, it's really going to kill the ball speed. So he's putting a good amount of curl on. And unless he dropped the backspin off, this is going to come in well short. Yeah, no speed. So that's an easy win for us. Alright guys, got another Tour 12 shootout here for you. So let's see what type of wind we get. Alright, so we got headwind. So for this one, we'll be playing the rough bump. And we'll be playing about... It's pretty headwindy, so we're going to play about half bar of backspin, 1 bar of right spin. And we'll be adjusting at mid distance. So he knows the adjustment. He's starting right and up and then doing a mid adjustment, because this whole head and tail does act more than your side wind. So you can kind of cheat sometimes by changing the direction of the arrow. It's gonna be a good shot. So not too shabby, but we can beat it. So 11.1, again, we're going to go half back, 1 right. We are going to start up and to the right because of the direction of the wind. And then we are going to go 6 rings. And then we are going to make sure we pull the ball down. Give it a little juice. Great should be fine. Stay up there. Alright. So perfect and great both kind of funnel that way. Perfect would have ran off the right hill a little bit and possibly came to the pin, but good shot. As long as you have your adjustment on that hole, you can definitely hit great into the direction of the wind, or perfect. So see you guys on the next one. Alright guys, so let's see what wind we get here. So we got side wind. So we'll be playing the driver rough bump, 1 back and 1 right, and we're going to be doing a mid adjustment and maybe a little less than mid adjustment, and we're going to start our initial aim opposite of the wind. Just how this hole plays, headwind plays more than side wind, so I always just cheat my aim away from the wind, so that way when I'm making my adjustment, the headwind part, or tailwind, is equal, coming a little hot here. So definitely beatable. So as long as we get the speed right, we should be good. So let's see what wind we get. So 10.9, we're going to be doing probably like 5.5 rings. So we're going to cheat to the left, 1 back, and 1 right. Cheat our aim to the right, or to the left. And we will make about 5.5 ring adjustment. So you can't hit great right here. You will definitely be in the rough because of how we're adjusting. Ooh, great left. Great left will be fine. We just won't get the roll off the hill. We won't miss. We will miss the rough on the left, but how we came in from the left, it's going to push our ball to the right quite a bit. So perfect shot. That's right at the pin, rolling off the right hill. We'll take it.